All right, what's up, guys? We've got the Dimension Predator today, so we're going to take a look at my team, kind of what my plan is, what I did, and then we'll take a look at the rune and the rewards and see how it all went. So, let's get started. Here's the team I chose. We'll look at the runes, and I've got it on a video, so basically I taped my run, and then I can pause it and talk things out and not have to be, like, in the moment. So here's my Verd. This is my normal Trikaru Verd on full broken, or energy also. 201 crit damage, very tanky enough to survive more than 1 or 2 hits. Speed, nothing to write home about. Crit damage 201. You're going to get 150 crit damage on every unit no matter what. So, everything over 150 crit damage is worth it. Everything under is free. So I probably could rune this a little bit better. I would probably prefer 100 crit, more stats, not crit damage, but I didn't want to change Verds out. So that's why this guy's here. Here's Lucian, 85 crit. He's my Lucian for Giants, and he's 85 crit because it works perfectly in Giants, and then it works against this boss because this boss is water. So just a big old hard-hitting Lucian. Not on Will. Chow I brought this month for fun, just to kind of see. I've been kind of using him more and more, so it's kind of fun. So he's on Violent Blade. You can kind of see the stats there. Not quite 100% crit, and the crit damage is a little bit wasted in this content, but again, they've nerfed this Dimension Predator to such a degree that I feel like you can just more or less insert in units that you're using somewhere else without having to specifically rune. Whereas in the past, when it was a little harder, you might have to switch some runes around and do stuff just for him. But nowadays, not so much. So here's the Fran. On crit rate, 4. So 79 crit rate. I think it's worth it because if you think about it, 79 crit rate, she's also got 150 crit damage because that's free. And with us bringing double sustain, you kind of need all the damage you can get. If I wanted to be super efficient, I would put Bella on crit rate slot 4 as well. But this is just my TOA held Bella, so works just fine. Not on Will. And that's the team. Let's get to it. So stage 1. I don't think it really matters who you target. They're all pretty easy to kill. I don't feel like there's much threat from the trash. Even the mid boss, I wouldn't say there's a lot of threat anymore. It's just more annoying because it's pretty RNG dependent, and if your team doesn't quite cycle through at the right time, you might have to kill it a couple times, which is sort of annoying. So we're just kind of killing stuff. We'll speed it up a little bit because you get it. You know what we're up to. And they're all kind of slow. I don't know. The mid bosses used to be a little bit stronger. They're not very strong anymore. So this thing's almost dead. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're at the mid boss. So my goal here is to get them low so that I can Lucian them dead, right? Ideally, Fran would have an attack buff on Lucian to give me a bigger window where Lucian can kill. But it's not 100% necessary. All right, so when they pop the circle thing, I wait and save my immunity until they pop the circle thing, because that's what's going to stun you and mess you up. So if you usually just wait till they pop it and you do your immunity, you're usually fine. That's the only little tip I have for this stage. I also am trying to debuff both bosses as much as possible. I want them both defense broken, I want them both attack broken, slowed, whatever I can get. And then I burn down the right first and then the left. You don't want to burn them both down because they do horrible things to you the lower they are. So you burn down one, burn down the other. The one on the right has a shield that he'll pop up, so I try to burn him down first. So Chow's hitting him a little bit. I'm kind of getting a feel for how hard Chow can hit. That was almost too much. Now we're hitting the one on the left. We have immunity. Hopefully we're going to save it, but no, we cycle out of it, of course. But they popped the little circle thing again, so we're okay. So a couple things to note here is you've got some tools available to you that sometimes you use, sometimes you don't. Let's see if I use it here. Do I use the heal? Oh, so I was thinking you have the heal on Bella. Bella's heal is also an attack bar boost, so if your attack bars aren't quite right, you can use the heal to get your bars where they need to be. So use every tool you have available to yourself. Boom, they get the triple stun. I cleanse the Lucian there. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know, it's not quite there. So I do the Chow through the shield. Breaks the shield, but doesn't kill. Oh, it does kill, darn. I thought it didn't kill. My bad. So we have to kill this guy twice. But yeah, I'm hoping not to break that shield there so that they're low enough for Lucian, but not quite. Nice proc on Chow, kind of. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I do Verd against the water one, hoping to not do a lot of damage. And we just barely do it. So I think we're good here. I do second skill. I'm not really sure if that was correct. So I got Fran. We'll just boost. And then we're good. Sneak on through. Here, I don't know what the best target is. I went with the Vampire because he can do brand and stuff. That's bad. They're all going to hit kind of hard if you get them in a wrong spot. Like those Gregos, if they get to do a turn with a bunch of people dead, they could hit you really hard. But not too big a deal. We'll speed it up a little bit. So we're just killing stuff. They're slow enough that you don't really have to worry about it. the game kind of gives you your speed here, so you're generally fine. And we're just trying to control and debuff and murder kill. All right, on to the boss, Endless Pain. So one thing you'll note here is I went in without Will, which is pretty risky. But, I don't know. If you wanted to be super safe, you could bring a Veramos in place of the Chow, probably, or maybe in place of one of your healers. Veramos will clean all your stuff and cycle, and you'll be fine. A Vigor is also a pretty good bet instead of a Chow. Gives you another defense break, another heal, crit reduction. Chow might be more risky than either of those two options, so just thought I'd bring him. So this boss depends on defense break. If you don't get defense break consistently when you need it, you are going to have a hard time, which is annoying, but what are you going to do? That's why a lot of times Cocky for different months other than blue is pretty good, because he provides a consistent defense break. The more defense breaks you have, the better. I'm relying 100% on Bella to get it done, so it's a good thing Bella is max accuracy, but still a risk. So I'm starting to cleanse off some of the endless dots. We go into the Shadow Realm, and I'm not sure if there's a great choice one way or the other. I mean, Bella's going to heal. If Bella gets a heal off, it makes it more difficult to clear the stage, but Verd's going to turn cycle into Bella's heal, so I think just pick whatever you can do the most damage to and do it, you know? If Bella had procced there, I would have defense broken the other side, try to keep them both defense broken, because you can't take your defense breaks for granted. You don't know when they're going to happen, so use them as often as you can in the right way. Like, don't keep hitting the Verd, defense break the other unit. So now I'm relying on a defense break with 11 turns left, but I feel pretty good about it. 11 turns is a lot. And we've got Bella heal block, so even if she does heal, it doesn't do anything. Down to 4 turns, down to 3. And we use the Justice just to make sure we cut through there. I mean, even with Fran on crit, you're kind of up against it in that stage sometimes. If, you know, the wrong unit procs, if your healer's proc, you lost a couple turns, and that's a lot. So you miss a defense break, it's going to be tough. All right, Endless Pain, we go in with full immunity, happy times. There's a defense break, there's attack break. There's the skill 3 on Lucian. It's pretty good. I feel like the skill 1's pretty good too, so I don't know. Chow does tons of damage. Watch this. Bam. That's Chow using the massive damage skill, so pretty nice. We boost. We're still going in. If you can get that skill to target something with immunity, it's pretty nice. So that worked out well. And we're almost to the second phase. Feeling pretty good. Sitting pretty clean. Bam. All right, second phase, or second Shadow Realm, whatever it's called. All right, so we got 2 heavy hitters. Shouldn't be a problem. Don't remember if it is a problem. Sometimes it's a problem. Like, you miss defense break a couple times in a row. There's a case where I defense break both sides. Just smart to do if you can, I think. I would also recommend attack buffing when you can. Ideally, you would attack buff and immunity buff right before you go back to the boss, but you probably are going to need attack buff to kill these guys, so you might as well get it in early. Don't risk it. One of the worst feelings is, you know, not clearing one of these things and going into the boss again. It's just no good. So try not to risk that. Like, even turn-wise, we're feeling it a little bit, you know, 7 turns, 6 turns, but we get through. And we luck out in that we have immunity on 2 units, which is kind of nice. He gets the rage. I would really like him to have attack buff here as well, but, you know, you take what you can get. So we defense break. We miss the defense break, so that's bad, but we do have a attack break. Luckily, Chow hit pretty hard, so that's pretty nice. Everybody's buffed up. In my opinion, just let people die. Like, don't worry about these dots. Cleanse them if you can. If you have a Veramos and you're playing it safe, good job, you're playing it safe. But don't worry so much about healing the last stage and just power through. Every damaging attack is helpful. See, I used Fran's damage attack there. Not a ton of damage, but I need to do damage. I need to nuke. So now we heal, but only for the attack buff, really. I mean, if it was not attack to an attack buff, like, what's the point? Could have healed there with Bella? Nope. Let Fran die. Doesn't matter. We need damage. Now, and that's kind of a debatable choice. I mean, Bella's heal might have, in theory, given me more turns, but I just want to power through. Nuke him down. That's fine. And this should do it. Get it. Down he goes. So that's this month's Dimensional Predator. You know, I think I've covered, like, your safe choices or whatever. The reward is ridiculous. It's only Swift. Everything else is not great. That's just such a great rune. That might be one of the best runes they've given us to date. The only way they can make this better is if it was HP instead of defense, and then debatably crit rate instead of HP, so we'd have 4 grindables. But it's basically perfect. They didn't give us accuracy, they didn't give us res, all the junk they throw on there normally. So it's a perfect rune. So we take it. We hope and pray that this has Swift stuff in it, because I'm never farming the Swift dungeon. The only Swift grinds I will ever get will come from these boxes. So Swift ones are great. Let's see what I get. HP, excellent. We'll take that, yes. Can I use it on this rune? No. but maybe at some point it'll get used, and then we're going to roll it up. I never watched the rolls, so this will be actually the first time I've seen this roll, because I just go into the other room. I have no interest in the drama. Like, it hitting speed first, I didn't know that. I would be more stressed, like, that it's not going to hit speed in the future, and I don't care. I just want to see how it rolls and come back and be like, okay, that's done. A little bit of a superstition on my part, but what are you going to do? Also, I really like these videos with these sped up rolls. Boom, let's go 3 speed. Crit rate, perfect crit rate roll, 1 off perfect on attack, and a bad speed roll, low speed roll, minimum speed roll. Now we're rolling for the 12. All we want to do here is avoid defense. We don't want one of each, because then we can't do anything with the defense. We're stuck with the rune as is. So avoiding defense is the goal here. Can we get to 12? I think I probably would have rolled this to 15 if I was thinking about it, because I'm going to want to roll it. Even ungrinded, it's going to be usable, no matter how it rolls. And there we go. Yeah, it's still going. So plus 16 crit. Cool. I mean, we'll take it. We're 2 off perfect on crit, 2 off perfect on speed, 1 off perfect on attack, and 2 over perfect on defense. If I had grinds, you know, the attack would be in the mid-20s, defense like 18, speed 15 if I get a good roll. I might even re-roll the defense into HP if I have, you know, lots of stuff lying around. I don't. So this rune's not going to really see RTA play, but it's going to be used in PvE. So that is this month's Dimensional Predator. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Excuse me. If you are doing the Dimensional Predator and you get something good, I'd be curious. I mean, you see those quad rolls, and you're like, wow, you just rolled so well that you're forced to farm the grinds, which is debatably okay. But anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Good luck on Dimensional Predator. Please do it. It's the best runes in the game, and you can't buy them. There's no amount of money where you can go buy these runes, because that energy is not for sale. So go do them. Figure it out. Get a team. Don't skip it. It's worth it. And I will catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody.